health, your social life, it's sustainable. There's an endless list, but there's definite connection between physical activity and your mental well-being. And I know that cycling has carried me through some particularly tough times. It's got me through them. I kind of started cycling off the back of a bad place, and then whenever I've hit bad times, I've always known that my bike's going to carry me through this. I don't even know if you can hear me, it's windy. So yeah, that's going to be the theme of today's video, and I hope to talk to you a little bit more about the benefits and how it's affected my well-being.
But before touching on that subject, I'm riding to meet some of the gang that I ride with and some of the girls in my local area.
Look at how early she is! My life, please do not swear.
I mentioned some of this in last week's video, but I've got a really good group of girls around me that I ride with, and it's always just really fun and really relaxed, and we just have a nice time, and it's always a good laugh, and you can see from the smiles here.
How windy is it? Very windy. Very windy. Really windy. At least 20 miles per hour. YouTubing again. Always filming. They don't all make YouTube. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it. Move it.
We're going up a very steep hill.
Unfortunately had to mute the sound of this particular clip due to a few expletives from the riders at the back. Can't take them anywhere. And as pictured here, cycling is a team sport. If there's a wheel to jump on, get on that wheel.
So close friends know this, but what a lot of people wouldn't know about me is that in 2021 I had quite a mental health blip and quite a period of depression, and it made me really question my life and how I was living, and bikes really got me through that. But I had to take a break for some time. I wasn't well at all. I was off work for several months, and yeah, it's been a real journey the last few years. But I'm open to talking about this because I think we should talk about it more. There is a real stigma with mental health, and that makes everything worse. So yeah, I'm thankful for cycling community, my bikes, yeah, because they really did drag me out of a difficult place.
So a little more about that. 2020 was a tough year for so many people, and I certainly had my ups and downs. Pandemic, risk of redundancy at work, and then a relationship ending abruptly, and I went into winter and I was struggling to stay afloat with everything. And then in February 2021 I got COVID. Mild symptoms really, but I just couldn't get going again. I thought I had long COVID, extreme fatigue, aching, and I was struggling to speak. My mum was telling me that that wasn't the issue. I just couldn't hear what she was saying, and until something clicked, and I was really depressed, I just couldn't see it. It had been creeping up on me for a long time. I just never let myself be still enough to fully recognise how I felt. Always busy, always on the go, my mood slipping, struggling especially through winter and the dark short days, and then I was forced to stop. I had to learn to be still and to rest properly. I just couldn't go on like I had been, and something had to change, and there had to be more to life. But one thing I knew was that my bike had gotten me out of tricky places before, and it would again, and it did, and I will always be thankful for that.
Another thing to say, and I've got lots to say on this topic, but I think there's a real glossy side of mental health sometimes, you know, the tagline, it's okay to not be okay. That's kind of like the glossy side that everyone will talk about, but actually underneath that there's a whole bigger issue and, like, you know, much tougher problems and a lot of things that people have to go through that we just don't talk about because it's uncomfortable. But yeah.
So thanks everyone for listening. And yeah, I'll be interested to hear your experiences, and yeah, see you next time.
Is this a new bike then, Debbie?
No, I've had it years. Can't you tell?
Here she is.
To do my shopping on a shopping bike.